Well, we got another trailer in the shop today with a trailer lights problem. I borrowed this from a buddy so I could go pick up my metal that goes around the top here. I'm really looking forward to getting that in. But when I had it, I noticed that the running lights were a little intermittent. Sometimes they worked, sometimes they didn't. So I figured before I take it back to him, go ahead and figure out what's wrong with that and fix it, because that's a neighborly thing to do. And if you look at this, I've got a plug into a plug, and I bet you that there's a better than 90% chance that it's just this connection. So we'll see how nice I am. The answer might be to just remove this and just do a permanent hardwired connection into something like this, because this end, you know, back in my day when I was a kid, we saw a lot of this. But nowadays, we see a whole lot more of this. And just like we did last time, we'll use my fancy battery charger here. I'll put it into 12-volt supply mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And that says, if you can't see, that says 12-volt supply. So just don't touch that end together when we should be good to go. So according to the internet, this is what we should be looking at. So this up here is running lights, left turn signal / brake. This will be our ground. This is if we have a brake controller, and which we do. This is going to be our right turn signal, and brake lights. Up here is 12 volt if we just had like a 12 volt supply to charge a battery or something like that. So knowing that, I should be able to hook up my ground to that, I guess my negative. And now let's just go around the horn here and see. You let me know if things are working like they're supposed to. So this should be our running lights. Ooh, I got sparks, so that's good. That's running lights. Give it a little jiggle. This should be the left turn signal / brake lights. Ooh, more sparks, so that's good. And then crossing over, this would be our brake controller, so we won't see anything, but maybe if we listen, we can hear the brakes engage. Oh, that's a really big spark. That means good things. I didn't hear anything, but sparks are good. Yeah, sparks are really good in this case. Sparks aren't always good, but they're good here. All right, right turn / brake. Oh, little sparks, so that's good. Hopefully you're seeing that. And then the last one, I'm not even gonna bother. This would be 12 volt. I don't know if we have any 12 volt things hooked up. I think the problem's in here. So let's just be pushing and twisting on this to see if pushing and twisting gets that problem. What are you seeing? Are they blinking? Because if they're blinking, I'm pretty sure this is our issue. That wasn't our issue, because that works, and that works, and that works, and that works, and those work, and those work, but that doesn't work, and that doesn't work, but that works. I have an idea. If you're sitting in your truck and you look in your mirror and you're looking back down at the trailer and you say, hey, look it, my running lights aren't working. I bet you that's what it is. Not knowing that that one works and all those other ones work. So I think the problem here is just in those two right there, which means we're putting on our safety glasses and sliding under the trailer. Okay, I left everything hooked up, so we gotta remember that I've got 12 volts coming out to everything, so just don't do anything dumb. But this one works, right? It's glowing for a couple different reasons. So that's doing its thing. And you just let me know if you see anything change, right? I'm jiggling this. This looks like power in, power out. I'm just jiggling. Let me know if you see anything change. And then it comes down here, just like you think it should. And we come down here. It should. Oh man. And we come down here. There. Oh, looky here. What do we got going on? So This, I bet you, is our problem. I don't know where this splits, but it goes out there. And if I was a wire, I would just like that. That could be where our problem is. I'm just jiggling things. Let me know if you see anything happen. And then we come down here. We still have 2 wires. Yep. And we come down here. I think we should have 3 wires. I got my brakes. We still have 3 wires. And we have brakes. And now we just have the 2 wires. And we come down here. And we have... Oh, looky there. We have a wireless connection. I mean, that works for some things, but I don't think that works for trailer lights. That's our problem. All right, let's see if I have any more of those rich boy solderless butt connectors. All I need is 2. All I have is 1. Oh, all I have is 2. Well, that's excellent. Boom, that's all you need. We're gonna be able to fix this. And because I'm old enough to treat myself well, I'm gonna break out the creeper. No, not your uncle, this thing. All right, I think we got room to make all this work. Let's just clean this up. And like I said, I already turned off the power, so we can do what we need to do. So the cool thing about these solderless connections is they got the heat shrink built into them. And you can't see it, but I can. But if you look down in there, there's just a teeny little dab of solder in there. So when I heat these up with the heat gun, that solder melts and helps provide a good electrical connection between the 2 wires. You don't want to crimp these just on the insulation. I've seen that before, and that's bad. You can have a wire dangle in space and not touch anything, and that's really frustrating to figure out why something doesn't work. There you go. Give me the old tug test. Perfect. Oh, that feels good. That's meaty. All right, tug test. There you go. Now it's time to put the heat to these guys. So not only does the heat shrink up the heat shrink, but it also lets that solder do its magic inside to help with that electrical connection. So don't be afraid to get these hot. All right, so that's what we did. That looks pretty good. Although I don't like how they're just dangling in space. But before we tidy this up, let's check to make sure that really fixed it. I mean, we had 2 lights out, and this is only 1 wire, so I don't know, maybe that's it. Hopefully that's it. Check that out, that light works. Oh, that light works. Oh, that light works. Crap, that light doesn't work. All right, well, that answers my question. 2 lights. Well, we're getting there. Let's fix some more stuff. Before we do anything, I'm gonna do the jiggle test just to see if that does it. Does the jiggle test do anything for us, or do I need to start taking things apart? Okay, the jiggle test didn't work. So that means our problem is down in there somewhere. It probably has something to do with a wire going in and a wire coming out. It could be as easy as that thing's just not plugged in all the way. So let's pop out that light and see what happens. All right, and I unplugged the 12-volt power supply because who knows what's waiting for us in here. And I really dislike prying these lights out because it's a combination of be gentle but firm, and I don't know, all this old plastic, it just makes me think that I'm gonna break something, but so far so good. All right, there we are. What do you think? Kind of looks like some schmoo. I think it might just be dirty. I don't know, might just be dirty. Let's clean it up and see what happens. The other day I realized I had, I don't know, 50 bucks or something worth of Ace Hardware discount coupons that were expiring soon. It was like Christmas. So I went there and I got myself some electrical connection cleaner. I don't know, you never know when you're gonna need this. Well, today is the day we need this. So we're gonna use this and see if that cleans this up for us. And again, as a reminder, I disconnected the electrical so we won't cause any problems here. Should probably be wearing gloves. I bet you this causes cancer in California. But I don't know, around here, that looks gorgeous. But I don't know if you can hear this. When I shake it, it rattles. Oh, it rattled before I did that. I don't know. This might be dead. But let's give it a shot and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna go plug in the power. Let me know if it works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going with that rattle is not good because those terminals are nice and clean. So we just need one of these. Before I run off to the hardware store to get a light, let's go ahead and use the meter just to make sure we have power here. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That's exactly what we need. All right, went to the auto parts store, got a replacement light, and while I was out, I was driving there, and where I live in the Midwest, it's pretty common for people just to put things at the end of their driveway or the end of their street and give them away for free if they don't need them anymore, right? And it's so common, they don't even put free signs out. They just leave them out there at the end of their road or whatever. Check this out. I was driving along, and there was a couple small trash cans just sitting randomly at the end of the road. Now, I can start using this, and I can get my bucket back for doing bucket things. So, I tell you what, some days it's good to be me. All right, let's plug this new one in. It doesn't shake or make any noise. I got the LED kind too, because, you know, while you're at it, might as well. Ooh, that's nice and tight too. Oh, that's really, oh man. That's like something might break tight. All right, I think we're going. There you go. I like that. Let's just keep going. I think that's as far as she's gonna go. Yep, that's on there. All right, I'm gonna go plug in the power. Let me know if this turns on. Oh yeah. All right, we're all hooked up, ready to take the trailer back to my buddy. And I threw a load of firewood on here because nothing says, thanks for letting me borrow your trailer, like an IBC tote full of oak firewood. So if we're gonna summarize really quick, we fixed the electrical. I was super suspicious of the connector inside of a connector at the plug there, but you know what, that wasn't the problem. Turns out it wasn't a ground issue either. Broken wire and bad lens. But we got that fixed. It was pretty easy, didn't take too long. And hopefully if you're out there struggling with your trailer lights, maybe this helped you figure out how to fix yours. So, all right, we'll see you next time.